Hi everyone, our group has decided to present Amazon's online profitability. Our team includes Bnan as our data analyst, Bradley as the data visualist, Gabby as our doc design specialist, and both Jenna and myself worked on the video content and delivery. We collaborated throughout the entire process to make sure our analysis was clear and actionable for Amazon's leadership. Here's a quick overview of what we'll be covering today. We'll start with a brief look at the data and what Amazon asked us to figure out. Then we'll walk through what we found using Tableau, like which dates and shipping methods are performing best. After that, we'll explain our final regression model and what it told us about the main drivers of profit. From there, we'll highlight our key takeaways and wrap up with a few recommendations we think Amazon could act on right away to improve margin and performance. Profitability insights matter because they impact how Amazon grows and makes smart decisions. Not every order is profitable, and with thousands of transactions happening daily, it's important to understand which products, discounts, and regions are helping or hurting the bottom line. By analyzing the data right away, Amazon can avoid guesswork and instead focus on the areas that truly drive profit. That's what our analysis is about. We analyzed 9,894 orders from the office supplies, tech, and furniture categories. After cleaning the data, which meant removing 19 incomplete rows, we created a few new variables that helped us better predict profit. One of those revenue discount amount, which is just revenue multiplied by the discount percentage. This variable turned out to be super helpful. In total, we tested 13 variables. These included things like revenue, discount, quantity, region, product type, and customer segment. We also created dummy variables to help us isolate the effect of each factor on profit. This chart shows how different shipping methods affect profitability. One thing that stood out was how poorly same-day shipping performed and had the lowest profit margins in every single region. On the other hand, standard class consistently brought in the most revenue and profit. This tells us shipping method really matters and can have a huge impact on Amazon's bottom line. When taking a look at this graph, we noticed that parts of the South and West were mostly unprofitable. States like Texas and Arizona had negative average profits, but when we look closer, we found that this was because of a few underperforming cities dragging down the average. Some cities in those same states were actually doing well. This told us Amazon should look at profitability on a more local level and not just by state. Now here's where it gets a little more technical. We tested 15 different regression models and ended up choosing Model 13 as our final version. It gave us the best balance of predictive power and simplicity. Our model included 13 variables. Some were significant, some weren't, but we kept all of them because they improved the model's accuracy and allowed us to match our Tableau filters. This model helped us identify which variables really moved the needle on profit. Some key takeaways from the regression. The R-squared was 0.7305, which means our model explains about 73% of the variation in profit. That's strong. The standard error was $122.05, meaning our predictors are off by $122 per order on average. We found that 9 out of the 13 variables were statistically significant. Revenue had a strong and positive impact. Discounts surprisingly hurt profit, even when revenue was high. We also found that office supply orders were about $33 more profitable than others, and that large orders actually lowered profit. These were key findings that shaped our recommendations. Here's a quick recap of some of the patterns that we saw. Revenue helped profit, but big discounts did the opposite. Office supplies were clearly the most profitable category. Standard shipping came out on top in terms of both profit and revenue. We were also very surprised to find that the high population states like Texas and Florida were actually underperforming. This led us to look at a city-level data, which revealed that local outliers were the real issue. So, with all this being said, what should Amazon do with all of this? First, avoid deep discounts. They are hurting profit more than helping. Instead, use smaller and more consistent discounts to protect margins. Next, put more focus on office supplies. It's the category bringing in the most profit, and there's an opportunity to grow it even more. We also recommend reevaluating same-day shipping, especially in the South where it's consistently unprofitable. Lastly, Amazon should dig into specific cities and underperforming states. A city-level strategy could fix what looks like a state-level problem. Thank you for your time and attention. We really enjoyed working on this analysis, and we hope our analysis gave you a clearer picture of what's driving profitability at Amazon. If you have any questions or want us to walk through a specific part of our process again, we'd be happy to. Thanks again.